Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. So I'm Cynthia and I'm going to talk to you about my conversion from Catholic to Islam. And yeah, so let's get started. 3 years or almost 4 years actually, I was Catholic. I wasn't very religious. In my convenience, I would pray whenever I wanted to or go to church whenever I wanted to. I do have my commandments. But yeah, anyways, how I found out about Islam was through a friend, which is now my husband. Small world, but yeah. Anyways, he would talk about what's in the Bible and the Quran, and such as the prophets, different passages, and based on the Quran would be the surahs and all of these things. And I wouldn't know much. I would be lost. I had very little knowledge what's in the Bible and had no knowledge based on the Quran. So if you ask questions about the Bible or about Catholicism, I will have answers to what is Catholic and the practices that we do. But based on the Bible, I had very little knowledge. I couldn't really answer anything, which I feel very, bad because I don't know much. The only thing that I knew was about Prophet Jesus, but that was because of the movies. So that was kind of my fault and I felt so horrible. So that encouraged me to actually read the Bible, to gain knowledge and to, be able to answer his questions. And as well, it would help me realize, what's in the Bible or what the Bible talks about, all these things, or what does the Bible talk about the prophets, learn about these things that I never knew. But that was the start of me finding the straight path. During the reading of the Bible, I had many questions. So I went to the church and spoke to the priest. Unfortunately, the priest couldn't base the evidence of the answers that I wanted, proper research or proper reliable sources, which got me disappointed. Speak all about opinions and all of that, and I would keep telling them base it on the Bible, like give me evidence in the Bible, so I could be confident that Catholic is the right religion. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So I was very upset. I was losing my faith in Catholicism. I couldn't tell my parents because they would freak out. The only support system that I had was my husband, but it wasn't as much support system that I wanted, because he would tell me, oh, Islam, read about Islam, read about the Quran, this and that. But I was in denial. I was like, no, that can't, Islam cannot be the right religion. I need to find the right one. I had a very close mind. I raised up in a close-minded family, so I kind of didn't want to convert to Islam. I was like, no, that's not who I am, or the way and the lifestyle or the practices. I don't see that in me. But I was like, that can't be the religion, and Islam is not the right religion for me. So, I closed it out. I was like, no. After the whole thing, I started to slowly leave Catholic. Dropped it because the practices, I learned about the practices and I didn't see it in the Bible, such as like the Lent Day, or celebrating Christmas, for Jesus, Palms Day. There were other questions that I had, plenty of questions that, I was wondering, where does that say in the Bible? Honestly, that's where I kind of drew the line. I was like, this is not it. This is not the right religion for me, Catholic anymore. I lost my track on it. So my faith on is Catholic left. And I didn't tell anyone, honestly. I didn't tell my parents, my sisters, or my family. I just kept it to myself. So whenever they came over to pray, I tried to avoid every little thing so I could just leave. Whenever they wanted to go to church, I made an excuse. So I was left with no religion. Basically, I believed in God but had no religion. which was shocking for me because I just, felt that my whole my development of faith just fell down. And I was raised as a Catholic, and as being raised in a religion, you grow up building your identity with it and your faith as well. And so it all fell down for me. I was so emotionally unstable. I was lost and confused, and I just wanted to cry. I just didn't know where to go. I was talking, guide me to the straight way. I don't know which way it is. Guide me to the straight path somehow. Open opportunity doors. Let me have resources. Let me find this. Let me have time to do all of these things. Because during that time I was in college and I was working. I was so curious to where everything may lead to. If I'm not Catholic, what other religion is not right, or what other religion is right. I don't know. I was so lost. Anyway, so a year passed and I was lost, confused. I had a friend who was Christian, and I'm familiar with Christianity because I have family members who converted to Christianity. So she told me, like, come with me and we'll speak to the preacher, and you can ask questions, and they might be able to answer them with reliable sources. So I was like, okay. So I go and I ask them the question. Several questions they answered, and some was still not answered. They were like opinions, sort of. And so I told them, I would love to learn more about Christianity. So I will go with her every Saturday. So yeah, every Saturday to the meeting. So I will go with her and I will learn more, and I'll ask my questions, and I will start reading, and I was so involved until my main question was that they believed in that Jesus was the Son of God. I wasn't so comfortable in believing that. That's where I pushed back, from where I just stopped. The contradictions made me stop believing in the Bible. So this was a start where I kind of am skeptical in Christianity. I was gradually losing the faith again. My friend told me, if you're not comfortable and you're having questions regarding in the religion, like, that's not the religion that you're looking for. Open your mind, keep looking, and you'll find your way. If you don't feel that Christianity is not the way, then stop being so close-minded and start reading or learning about Islam. And she was very supportive. I said, okay, I will read the Quran. I will stop being ignorant and stop being close-minded, and I will read the Quran. I was like, let me learn. It's not for me to convert anything. I didn't want to tell my husband that, I'm reading the Quran, because I didn't want to think that I didn't want him to think that I was converting. So I was like, okay, so let me read it. I had questions. I asked my husband, where do I go? Once again, me and my husband, we were friends only. So during that time we were friends. I asked him, where can we go if we have questions regarding about Islam? And he was like, oh, there's a mosque by around our neighborhood. So we went. They were so welcoming. They were telling us about like what brings us here and all of these questions, and we explained our position, and I went straight forward to the questions. And the questions that I had, they based it on the Quran. They showed me everything on the Quran that's in the Quran. They as well were very supportive. They always told me, if you have any questions, to come back. And I was, researching and reading articles about it, reading the Quran, reading scholars' books, as well watching videos, documentaries about scholars. I as well watched a lot of videos of the scholars of Yusha Evans and Yusuf, also Shabir Ali, and Dr. Zakar. They were all helpful. Gathered all my information. I did my own research on it. Like I said, I would go back to the mosque and ask questions. I had a friend that she was very helpful, and she studied it. She knows a lot, so I asked her as well. After I think a year or so, that's where I decided, okay, so maybe Islam is the right religion, and I was caring about what other people think and not care about what I think or care about what Allah thinks. I don't know, people that I know, people that I work with, how the reaction would be. But when I was learning and everything, I felt comfortable once I converted. But the problem I had was with my family. Close with my parents and all of this, but they're strictly they're strict and they're close-minded, and I didn't know how they would react. I already knew what they thought about Islam. I already knew what they thought about Christianity too. That's why I didn't want to tell them about anything, but I just did not know how to tell them. And during this process, so during once I converted, I was already living out from their house, but I just didn't know how to tell them because I live next to them, and if they see me outside, they will freak out and they will overreact. And so, that was part of where I kind of was stuck on too, on how my parents will take onto it and how my family will as well. But then again, it was my happiness at the end of the day. So for my suggestion for anyone that's converting to any religion or to Islam, be confident, keep exploring, keep researching, keep learning, keep studying, do whatever it takes. And main part is that I want everyone to know that you guys are not alone. I'm here. You could DM me on my Instagram. I will post my Instagram account below. You could DM me with any questions, or if you need a support system or need someone to talk to, I'm here. Because I went through it alone, and I don't want no one to go through alone, because you're not alone. A lot of people might have the same struggle and they don't know how to say it. But let me know. Talk to me. I will help you. And any questions, I will try my best to answer them. That's the most important thing. Don't stop. Don't give up. Keep exploring, developing questions, keep going to whomever for to answer those questions. Keep reading, keep researching too. It's so helpful. Researching is the most helpful thing you could do. If you guys need guidance or any help, I'm here. Hopefully my story helped you guys and guide you. So don't lose your faith in anything. So please, if you're feeling alone or anything, I'm here. I'm here to listen. I'm here to answer the best I can for your questions. So let me know below the comments if you want me to do a video on strategies how to tell your parents or your guardians about your conversion to Islam or any other religion, honestly. And let me know as well if you would like to hear about how my parents react to my conversion to Islam. For watching. Thank you all for watching the video. Ma salama, everyone.